Happy Sunday morning, everyone. So anyway, yesterday I talked about a job opportunity. I had an interview yesterday, and it went well. I figured it went well. So I kind of had an inkling when I got a first email. They were, I could tell they were interested in me because of the way the resume read. I have 12 years of a sole proprietorship, and that is actually what turned them on. So I knew when I got that email, they said, well, we don't know if we're a good fit because you have an interesting background. It's clearly not traditional. But obviously, they saw my sole proprietorship as having a management skill set that was beyond just the normal day-to-day grind where a typical employee is in it for the hourly wage. So I decided to humor that email I got upon an initial interest. And we spoke for 10 or 20 minutes, told them what I was getting, told them what I wanted. And that got me a second phone interview with another leader in the company. And that got me an actual in-person interview. And it is working for a small MSP. I think I mentioned that yesterday in my blurb. And yeah, we're gonna take that offer letter. I do have an official offer letter. It's not quite as lucrative as I was hoping, but it is an improvement, a big improvement. And it also is, I think, what they wanted me, and for my business acumen and for my interest is to potentially become more of a partnership, which could be more lucrative in the long run after I prove myself, my value after a year or more. It doesn't literally say a year in the offer letter, but obviously it takes a good year or so to decide if someone's a really good long-term fit, even though the traditional timeline for figuring out if an employee is going to be long-term is 3 months. But anyway, I'm excited to have opportunity because I'm in a position where I can take this offer letter and go back to my current employer and make them make a decision. I don't know if I've mentioned it. They want me to be, yeah, I have. They want me to be a temp for a total of 6 months, earning what I'm earning. I've already admitted I was only am earning $20 an hour, not a livable wage. Very frustrating. It's frustrating when you're entering middle age and cognition. You're definitely aware of the fact that you can now, at least in the state of California, in high school, earn 20 bucks an hour in a restaurant. So, the fast food, psychologically, that's frustrating. It's taken me almost 30 years to learn the technical skill set that I've accrued. And I'm getting a wage that's not livable, that has not caught up with inflation. That's kind of how I got to where I am. But I'm ecstatic that a business recognizes my business sense, even though obviously I don't have the greatest business acumen because I didn't set myself up to scale. But obviously I'm good with time management, I'm good with people. And when you're a sole proprietor, you don't always have the resources to grow because the internet's a great place to go for resources as far as educating or long-term education. But practically speaking, I can't set up a certain collection of technologies and teach myself how to use them without a place to facilitate implementing them. So obviously, yeah, certain technology I can buy on my own and play with, but certain expensive services that are meant for monitoring, like tens of thousands of dollars, that's obviously not something I can implement and monitor myself. So yeah, this opportunity will get me a chance to play with those monitoring systems and become long-term partnered with a real franchise, an MSP, a managed service provider. Basically, they have retail frontage. So there's a break-fix business, and then they have long-term businesses. When I say long-term businesses, they have long-term business relationships from afar that gets serviced by remote. And that's really what this job would be up. So I've been offered the letter. Now, tomorrow is when I get to present this tactfully to my current employer, and we'll go from there. So I'm currently visiting a friend's house. She's got 15 acres. So she invited me for a little Halloween party yesterday. Lives a little bit out of town, so I came over and spent the night. And this is the background you see is her 16 acres of beautiful trees. So anyway, here we are. Happy Sunday, everyone. This is my daily hello to the world and my update. I am now in a position of holding 2 jobs, and we will go from there. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, maybe, you know what? I have a few other things I want to talk about, but that's all I got right now. Yeah. Looking forward to starting the new week. This will be fun. You know what? That's what I was thinking. Yeah, the long term, the job that I currently have, I already know that they would like to keep me longer term because they told me that it's tradition that they hire full time after 6 months, which is kind of a long time as a temp. But the more I think about it, the more I realize my biggest challenge at this job is learning the nuances or the tribal knowledge of the network, which is long-term speaking, not the challenging job I think would work for me. So what I've realized is I don't necessarily answer to a senior analyst, but I do work with a senior analyst, and he's probably on the verge of retirement. So what I'm going to suggest as far as my growth goes, not hoping that I get to keep the job that I currently have because it's technically not a challenge, but potentially create a junior position that he could oversee, and maybe that could be the best step for me to stick around, because he's obviously got skills that are beyond me and beyond the scope of what I'm up to. So I thought about that. He's obviously very bright and very skilled in ways that I'm not. So I think if I want to grow personally, sticking with the exact title that I have is probably not the best way to go. It would be the safe way to go, earning potentially, well, not the safe way. I'm stuck for the next 4 months. But if they were to offer me, let's just say, an equal wage to what I was just offered across town, I could potentially get bored in less than a year because my technical acumen is not being pushed. If I take this other job across town, I will have access to tools that I've never seen. And I will have access to a business model I've never been intimately involved with. So that's where we are. I'll say hi later.